Seems the gods brought us together again, my brother. You must enjoy seeing us fight.
You cannot speak for the gods. Only for yourself.
If you say so, Bjorn. After all, you're my elder brother, you know better.
I know better than to attack my own people with a Christian army.
I like being on the winning side.
You betray our gods. And you also betray our father.
Is evil.
Our father chose me above all of you.
That is not true. He asked me first to go with him to worship. And then he asked Vitsa. And then Sigurd.
He knew that you would all refuse him.
He chose all of you.
Yeah. Disown him. He knew that I would be the only one to remain loyal.
We were more interested in preserving his legacy, which is what we have done.
His real legacy is safe with me.
If you really believe that our father's legacy is to defeat our gods,
If you put it like that.
you're wrong, Ivar. And I'll prove it.
I don't think it's to defeat their gods, but to live without them more.
That's the thing. And at the end of his life, Ragnar wanted to prove that he could make his own choices. In that way, yes, Ivar is definitely doing what his dad wants. I feel like Ubba is also a very close to his dad's legacy in a way. Bjorn in his own way, Ubba in his own way, Ivar in his. They all are. I want them to succeed. There's so many enemies. Like and prepare! Fuck!
Okay, so now they got an opening. That's nice.
Yeah. Well, that's nice.
Well, that's for the Rust.
Bjorn is not worried in the slightest. He's just waiting.
Well, right now the enemy has to climb the sand hill.
Yes, that's intelligent.
So,
I plan to attack there. That river leads into the mountains. It's an impossible barrier.
but you can climb the mountain like your father did.
He's got a plan. Like Bjorn said, he thought of every possible plan. That's why they're so stretched.
Right now, Bjorn is outsmarting Ivar, so...
Well, he's keeping up with them. With Ivar, though, there's always a chance that he's thought of something more. Careful! matches. I really love how they did this.
I love she got like a head or hand somewhere.
But both of them still during the battle trying to understand how the other one prepared, what the other one did, trying to understand each other. She's going along on that fucking shit, like I don't want anyone to die that I love.
Okay, nice, nice. She's safe for now.
Well, for yes.
It's really smart right there.
Yeah, how they're both yeah.
Just to make the boat move forward.
It's a different technology.
We'll sail up the river to here. And as you can see, the mountain is a formidable obstacle. But we shall climb it. And on the other side is King Earl's unsuspecting capital. Are you going to climb the mountain?
Yeah.
Have you seen those on? Oh.
Like this.
We've seen it kind of before with the Ragnar plan to move the boat up the mountain to the other side. So
He's doing it! He's doing it without his fucking legs! He's doing it!
yeah.
It was cool, the shot that they did.
I love that they bring callbacks to when they
Well,
attack
climbing,
Paris. You know?
yes, but at the same time, they're not bringing the boats with them.
No, but it's an adaptation of the first plan, you know.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, it works! I like seeing him fight, so like... Oh, he's getting way too tired.
They dead? He might work.
I feel like none of them are making, you know,
Progress?
progress.
When they need to leave, you have to retreat, so the rest can move forward too.
But this time I will not fail. I will win. The gods are with me. I will defeat you.
You are wrong.
Ivar is so calm.
The gods abandoned you a long time ago, my brother.
He's pitying him. I don't want it to be
No
true.
way you can win.
Oh, like, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. You need to retreat. Just leave the capital. Just go away. It's like he's fighting alone, you know? He's got no one at his back, no one to support him. He's lost too many people.
Save yourself, Kogamor. Find yourself another home. Find yourself another home.
just giving up. Too much of them. So little of us. Is he like gonna throw it at Bjorn? Like, you're king now! What the hell are we doing? No! Make it not be real. Tell me it's a fucking metaphor for Bjorn was defeated, but he's not dead. Wasn't that Ragnar's death song?
No. That's not Ragnar's death song.
No, the lyrics are the same, I think. Are you kidding me?
No.
He's not. Are you kidding me? No. Fuck no. 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 Fuck up. Fuck up. They don't know. They didn't just fucking kill Bjorn like this.
I expected maybe him or one of the brothers to die, but not like that.
No, I don't accept it. He's not fucking dead. Fuck up. Fuck up. I'm not accept that. No. We didn't even. No. I refuse to take it as no. He's not dead. It happened too fast. It happened too fast. It was.
We wouldn't have a shot of his sword if he wasn't dead.
I'm not sad. I'm in shock. I'm not accepting this.
I am in shock and I'm pissed that that happened like that.
No, he's not dead.
I believe you.
I will refuse this fucking shit. No, we're watching the next episode.
Okay. Fighting wise, guys.
Bjorn has been there since episode 1. Don't give me this shit. He's not dead.
Lagertha was there since episode 1 and she died.
And they made a huge deal out of her death.
True.
Fuck off. He's not dead like this. So Nope. Okay. You got my take on this. He's not dead.
We wouldn't have seen Oleg, Ivar, and Visser being partying.
Oh, they won.
Fun. They didn't have
They
won.
definitely
but
won.
If they did won, it means that Harold is dead and Bjorn is dead. Bjorn is dead.
I don't want
they
to
wouldn't
support
be
this.
partying if it wasn't the case.
Yeah, they won. For sure they won. That's what's happening. I think seeing Ivar stab him the way he did in their little, shared mindscape is definitely means that he defeated him.
He also defeated him on the battlefield.
He got stabbed.
In.
He wasn't actually there. He wasn't actually there. I thought it was part of the hallucination thing.
No, Ivar was there because he had blood on his face in real life, and he wasn't, and he stabbed him.
In any case, he got stabbed, but I don't accept that he's dead. Fuck off. I can't accept that he's dead. You can't kill Bjorn like this.
I'm shocked, but I accept
Fucking
that
admit
he's dead. I'm just pissed that it happened like that.
The bishop had a bigger death than Bjorn. Fuck off. I don't accept it. I will be in denial if I need to be in denial. This is worse than Floki. You can't die like this, guys. Oh boy. I don't even know what to say about this episode. None of the armies seem to really have one over the other at one point. Harold just gave up.
Okay. Well, he gave up because they were outnumbered by the enemy, and he was wounded. And he was getting old. It was more and more it was becoming difficult for him to fight.
There is
be honest about
one half of the season left. if they won here, if they succeeded, we need someone to go after Oleg. We need someone to defeat Oleg. Don't fucking tell me that Bjorn is dead, that Harold is dead, that he's done, that fucking Luba is gonna leave for America not knowing.
Eric lived with the crown, so he might be the new king of all Norway.
Well, if Harold could definitely be dead though. This one I could probably, accept. Accept. I could believe it, but like it's interesting how he just didn't, he wished for. Sorry, my cell phone is kind of bothering me a little bit. Harold wished for that crown his entire fucking life, and then when he got it, he didn't take it seriously. He didn't gain anyone's respect, and no one showed up.
Proved us that he wasn't
born to be
meant
king.
To be king of all Norway.
No one showed up. No one. Bjorn literally saying like, well, send the same message, but write my name instead. Wishing, because he's the only fucking one out there who took this seriously. People are like, and I mean, maybe not. They were fighting. They were trying to prepare and stuff. But Harold was focused on stealing one of his wives because he was jealous that Bjorn ended up with everything despite him having the crown. That was bullshit. That was bullshit. I don't like that girl, but what happened to her this episode disgusts me, and I've never really loved Harold. At times I've been supporting him, but ever since he showed up in the show, like, we've always been at odds with him because we don't approve of the stuff he does, and this time I think it really crossed the line.
Like I said, some of the things that he did, I kinda accept them. For example, when he raped the girls in England during the raid.
Well, even then we didn't.
I'm pissed about it, but okay, it happens in those times, but still.
It happened, but it doesn't mean we can be okay with it.
No. I said I understand them. I'm not okay with it, but I can understand them. With Astrid, technically he kidnapped her, but he didn't force himself on her. He just tried over and over again to make her to love him, and she decided to be his wife.
Well, I mean, she didn't have a choice.
Well, she could have been a prisoner, but she decided to...
She was a prisoner. Yeah, she was still a prisoner. But the thing is, like, when he finally got what he wanted, he didn't make anything with it. Yeah. He basically just thought it was done, and he promised stuff that he didn't, do after. No one respected him. No one showed up. Like, they just listened to his speech about always the sons of Ragnar getting everything because, they're supposed to be chosen. And then he was like, I'm going to be your king and stuff. But then they were like, okay.
Well, they accept because, in a way, what he told them was true. But afterwards, he didn't make up on his... He didn't brought in on his promises.
I think they didn't want a king. And I think that choosing Harold, basically, they thought they were going to be free of doing whatever the hell they wanted. And they were not going to be forced to follow him. If it was Bjorn, because of their respect for him, I think they might have showed up. But Harold, he presented himself as, the guy who would do everything for them. He didn't show them strength. He showed them compliance. He showed them that he was willing to give them anything they wanted. So then when he asks them for help, they don't feel forced or compelled to do it, to give it to them, to him. Because, I mean, there's no respect there. There's no leadership. And then, Bjorn, I get it, wanting to stretch his defenses because we know Ivar. The thing is, Ivar has many plans. Like, I love that metaphor of them both sitting on, that beach, and Bjorn is losing, and he's losing himself, and he's losing it more and more as he's losing the battle. And he's lost so much this season, and he just lost his baby too. So he's already stretched thin himself, not just his defenses. And you've got Ivar, who's, I think he pitied him.
Calm,
because you don't gloat to someone who got nothing left.
Yeah.
You don't make fun of someone who's utterly defeated. I think he saw his brother, and I know Ivar loves his brothers. We both know that he loves his brothers. I think that in that metaphor, because they were not technically there, but I mean, deep down they thought about the other, and I think if he was to see his brother like this, he would feel the same pity, sadness, because you don't want this to end this way. And unfortunately, it would be sad to see your brother struggle so much to stay on top when he himself knows that it's been a while since he's been defeated, since he's lost. He's no longer the guy he pretends to be, or people seem to see when they look at him.
Yeah.
You know? So it was a very good metaphor. I thought it was very sad to see Bjorn, lose it, and then Ivar just staying calm, like you said, but very feeling pity for him. And gently saying, I think the gods forgot about you a long time ago. And I'm like, I don't want it to be true.
For all he's done, I think that since his defeat in season 5, and after he killed his wife, Ivar sort of kind of grew up as a human being. And I kind of like his change because he's more composed and he's less angry in general, And I think also the fact that he lived so long with Oleg and he sees what not crazy but impulsiveness and rage is another person that he used to be like that technically.
Well, which is why he could he could try and manipulate him. And there's definitely stuff going on. Like, I think that Oleg is trying to get Ivar to admit he freed his brother because he knows it.
By using Katya?
For sure. Like, they shared a look, and then even Ivar is like, he's not sure yet what she's saying. So he's not sure if she's...
So he said nothing.
What?
He said nothing. He didn't deny, didn't accept that it was the truth. He just said...
No, he's just, okay. I think he knows that there's something there. It's just neither of them can prove anything, so they're all just waiting and expecting. So next season we'll have like a lot of power play, a lot of schemes and stuff. But yeah, I'll go back to Bjorn. But when it comes to these two, Ivar always has a plan. He always has the best strategies. I think it was it's the good idea to stretch yourself somehow to, meet every single point of attack, but
you need to have
the men to do it.
Defenses.
You need to have the men to do it. No, but it would have been a losing battle to begin with, because if they had stayed, like the entire force would have stayed on the beach, well, no one would have been there to stop them on the other front, and then they would have been surrounded and it would have been over.
Well, did any thought that they will be able to climb the rocks? And in the end, they got surrounded.
I think they thought they had no choice but to expect them to attack on both sides and just defend both sides. And Harold was saying to Bjorn that stretching themselves this thin was not a good idea, but I'm like, if they didn't do that, they would have been surrounded. So either way, they would have lost. So I think the best thing they could have done was to leave, actually.
To go to a place that it could protect more,
Well, if you really want to face them, concede the capital. Unfortunately, that's not something you want to do, but sometimes you gotta retreat. So I would have taken my forces, I would have made sure to have a bigger army, I would have really went to the other kings and earls. It's called running with your tail between your legs, but this way you get to attack back.
Yeah.
I don't know, we're not in this situation. We don't have to.
Retreat doesn't always mean defeat.
No, but the way it happened now, they have nothing left. And if Bjorn is fucking dead, they have nothing left. And I don't think he's dead. I don't want to accept that he's dead, guys.
He's dead.
Stop it.
He's dead.
Stop.
He's dead.
Shh.
He's dead. He's dead.
Harold, I could take it. Harold, I could take it. The fact that they took the crown and they left means that they're gonna crown someone else. So
I'm glad that Gunhild is still alive. She
Well,
was
she's still
she
alive,
was
for
close,
sure.
but she survived. So I'm really glad. And it's been a while since we've seen the Ivar, like we said, it's been a while since we've seen Ivar and Vicek fighting with each other. So it was a nice plus, in my opinion.
yeah, I kept thinking, I kept watching them and kind of hoping that they would turn on Oleg or something. I was like, please give me
Not
that.
right now. They wouldn't turn on Oleg right now in the middle of the Rus army.
Of course, he's like he said, he wants to be on the winning side, and right now, Oleg is the winner. So you stay with Oleg as much as possible, and then when you know you can win, that's when you fight back. So yes, he's being intelligent. It's just that it hurts to see them. It's always been sad, and it's always hurt to see them go against family, especially if it means that fucking Bjorn is dead. Jesus. I hate this because if he's actually dead, which I don't think it's true, because how can they do him dirty like that? If he was actually dead, it means that we spent the episode where Bjorn died just in complete shock and not understanding, you know, if it was true or not. Like, we had no reaction whatsoever, and I think he deserves more than that, you know?
I was shocked.
But, yeah, the song that played at the end, I think it's a, reprise, basically. I think they...
A cover?
Well, not a cover, because it's the same group, but if I remember the music that played when Ragnar died, it's the same lyrics, so they just played it.
So
they kind of did a cover of their own
remaster?
song.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they did a cover of their own song. It's the same song that played when Ragnar was,
Interesting.
I think. Maybe not the exact song when he's in the pit, but it played somewhere, I think, in the episode where he died.
Okay.
Because I think I recognized the lyrics and stuff a little bit. If that's true, like, that would make it more real, but I'm like, I don't want it to be real.
I know it's during the episode, but it's really nice that we kind of see the same strategy in fighting. For example, in the other season, when Rollo was defending Paris, he blocked the entrance for the boat so that the Vikings wouldn't be able to come and attack the Franks.
Yeah, they're all the same family.
They all think the same way, guys. They all think the same. But it's really interesting that technically Bjorn used the same strategies as Rollo used.
Well, I mean, it's not the
And
same
Ivar,
strategy.
But
Rollo,
there's a twist to it.
no,
but
Rollo
kinda.
surprised them with this block. With Bjorn, it's just a matter of stopping them. Like, it's not about surprising or anything. So, and at the end of the day, like, they can't just forget about all the strategies that people use in the show, otherwise no one would ever have ideas, you know? But some stuff came back, you know. It's always nice to see the different ideas that they get to make it, you know, original and diverse when it comes to attacks and defenses. But
it's also really nice that since season 1 the budget went up for the fightings.
Definitely.
It's a huge difference between like
season 1
20 fighters versus 100 fighters, you know?
The focus was more on the Viking techniques and on the individual fighters. Sometimes, you know, less is more. In this fight, we were stretched just as much as Bjorn was. Like, we kept switching from places to places. The storylines kind of, the pacing, it might have been why, like, I thought, I was saying, you know, that at one point it seemed like none of the armies were going forward because we were so stretched and going so, you know, to so many people that we didn't really get the rhythm of the fight. There was no rhythm, but I think it fits in the sense that they were doomed from the start. So it wasn't so much about adrenaline or anything. We just had to realize that it was over before it began.
It is true that technically, just like the fighting, if you compare the fighting to a rubber band, during the fight, the rubber just kind of stretched until the climax at the end when he just snapped and Bjorn died. You can think about it like that.
Don't say that. He's not dead. I will not accept it until we watch the next episode and confirm.
Alright. So,
but yeah, last thing I wanted to say though, we discussed this before, but the question of who is carrying on Ragnar's legacy. They always have this conversation. They always say they do it better than the others. I think all of them, in their own way, managed to carry on a part of Ragnar's legacy. Ubba at first was carrying on by himself the dream of, you know, making a settlement and, you know, making a family.
A better lifestyle for his people.
The gentle side of Ragnar, it's definitely Ubba. It's the one that wants to have his family, children, settle. And then he changed a little bit because now he's found the spark of his dad, which is, you know, travel and discovering new places. Just seeing his eyes the last episode when he heard about the Golden Land, like that was his dad completely. Bjorn at one point really had this spark too. he's lost it ever since he became the king. Now he's the way he was king, the way he tried to do the right thing, the way he tried to, expand Kattegat and defend Kattegat and stuff. I think this is very Ragnar. So Bjorn represents the king side of Ragnar, the one that didn't really want the burden or the responsibility, but still has to do it, and is doing it with his head instead of his heart, or trying to do it with his head as much, as he can. Even though Ragnar, still tried to travel when he was king, I think Bjorn is still very much so like his dad. And Ivar, I'm surprised a little bit because Vitzek, I'm gonna do right before Ivar, but Vitzek is too lost. Unfortunately, Vitzek is the side of Ragnar that was lost. Taking drugs with Idu and not knowing what he wanted and having so many regrets. That was Vitzek this season. So it's not a good legacy to carry on, so he still needs to find himself, I think. Vitzek is the least close to his dad when it comes to, showing the same traits, and in battle he's pretty much like his dad, but when it comes to carrying on his legacy, I feel like he's the least there.
Well, Ragnar, Vitzek is lost as a person, so...
He was lost before too.
He's not ready to fulfill anyone's legacy.
No, but he thinks he's found it, but the way he found it is very different from what his dad wanted to do, which was to go against his legacy, go against his fate. And Vitzek is all about, accepting that this is fate for me, and then that's it. I don't fight it anymore. So this is, he's the furthest from Ragnar. And Ivar, I'm surprised because I don't think he wants to defeat his gods. I don't think he wants to convert or anything. He was so against the Christians before, and this episode they brought up the idea that he maybe wants to destroy his own gods. That surprised me a little bit because, to be honest, I never saw that coming from Ivar. I don't think this is the point.
I think maybe it's not that Ivar wants to destroy the Norse god, but just like Ragnar tried to do at the end, it's just to go against fate, against their wish for him to be able to think for himself and make his own destiny.
That's Ivar to me. Ivar is the closest to Ragnar in the end. So Bjorn is the Ragnar from in the middle when he was king. Ubba is the Ragnar from the beginning, and Ivar is the Ragnar from the end.
And Vitzek is the Ivar who the Ragnar who left 10 years.
The Ragnar who could have been
for himself.
Yes, and Ivar is definitely the one that goes against fate because he was born a cripple, because he was defeated by Bjorn last season, and still he fights all the odds to always try to come back stronger. He's playing a game with Oleg and going, through this right now, fighting his brothers and stuff in order to come back stronger than he was when he lost last season. So this is going against his fate. This is not following the gods. So I don't think he's going Christian. I don't think he's changing or turning into a Christian. But when he says he wants to defeat the gods, and Bjorn is like, no. Not that Ragnar wanted to destroy his own gods, but he was definitely, at the end, when Bjorn wasn't that close to him, he was definitely trying to go against his own fate and going against his own gods, which is a side of his dad that Bjorn never understood, especially when Ubba converted and he was like, oh, you're betraying our entire family, you're betraying our dad. And I'm like, well, you don't understand your dad if you're saying that. Your dad was very much open-minded to all religions, actually.
He was that close to Athel's son.
Yeah.
Even maybe thought of changing religion to be with him again in the afterlife.
And it was also part of a plan,
It was also part of a plan, but we all know the main reason was because of Athel's son. Come on.
But compared to Bjorn, Ragnar has always been very, very curious about other religions and what other religions could give him too, because at one point he stopped getting answers from his gods and he was looking for answers and he was lost. So yeah, he was more open-minded than his son thinks, and that's why I'm like, not that Ivar is open-minded, but at least Ivar defies his faith and he doesn't rely on the gods as much as Bjorn, who put his entire faith in the idea that the gods were behind him and supporting him and they were gonna make him win. ended up losing because the gods don't matter as much as he thinks. You know, they don't hold his weapon for him, and if the odds are against him, even if he's got the gods supporting him, that's not going to change much. So yeah, it's sad for him, and I don't want him to be dead because I want him to have a chance at stop, he's not dead. Okay, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, that's it for me. I want to see the next part of season 6. Season 6. Season 6.
Anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this finale with us. I can't say I'm happy.
We're in shock. That's for sure.
If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already, or it will be very soon. You can check it out if you want. The link is in the description.
And if you don't, you can wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week.
Yes.
So we're gonna see next week if Bjorn is indeed dead or alive. I think he's dead.
I would be so pissed. I'd be so pissed.
Alright. Bye, guys.
Bye.